Man, I showed up, pimping and cold up. I head straight to the bar just to post up. I roll a dro up, my cup mowed up. Don't just stand there with your nose up. Come on, wham, wham, what it do? What it do? Wham, wham, what it do?
Hey everyone, it's Rebecca McAdam for Car Player TV, and I'm here with David Williams for a special main event edition of High Rollin.
They're kind of common now, and a lot more people have them. I used to have rims on it. I had 20-inch rims, and they were kind of like, you know, like a wrapper or whatever. They were a little ghetto, but it doesn't drive the same. And I went back to the factory rims, which are 19. It's smooth. It looks, I think, a lot more classy. It drives better. You don't, you know, when you have 20-inch rims or 22s or whatnot, you feel every bump in the road. On the factory rims, it still rides like you're on air, on a cloud. They make it convertible, but it doesn't have this contour that I like. I like how it slopes down. The convertible has to go up and stop. And my first car was a convertible, and convertibles are cool in theory, but like in this weather, you don't want the top down now because it's so hot, and then in the winter it's too cold. So convertibles and for me, don't really make sense. So I've always been a fan of black cars. I just think, I don't know, there's just something about them I've always liked. I mean, it's my first car was hand me down from my mom. The convertible was red, and it's kind of girly, and I just think black cars just look a lot more like sleek and James Bondish, you know, like. Everybody loves all the knobs and buttons because they say it looks kind of like you're in a rocket or a spaceship because there's just so many like handles and buttons everywhere. But it's pretty, you know, it's just, yeah, it's very comfortable. It's got the navigation screen, which I use all the time to get everywhere. I did when I first moved to Vegas. I don't know my way around LA, so whenever I drive there, I have to use that. But it's got amazing, nice leather seats, bucket seats in the back, which, you know, like I said, there's not much room back there. I mean, I've never fit back there, but one time, believe it or not, though, we did leave a pool party, me and Viffer, with 7 people, and we somehow fit 7 people in this car. There was 3 people in the passenger seat, a driver, and 3 people in the back, and everybody was kind of piled on each other. It felt like a clown car, but that's it.
Okay, so you bought a car after you finished runner-up in the main event a few years ago. Is this the same one or different?
Well, it's kind of funny. After I didn't have a car when I got second in the main event in 2004. I had a car before that, had a wreck, lived with my girlfriend, she had a car, and I just decided it wasn't really important to have 2, so I didn't buy one. So when I got second in the main event, I won $3.5 million, and I'd always wanted a Bentley Continental GT, but I was too scared to buy it. So for a while, it's kind of funny, I had all that money, and I think I went 4 or 5, maybe 7 months without a car still. And one of my friends, like, dude, you have all this money, you're a millionaire, you don't have a car, what's wrong with you? So I went to, I remember actually it was 2005 WPT Championships, which is kind of funny. And I busted out, I think, in 24th, 25th, and won $54,000. And I was really upset and just steamed up. And Phil Ivey was hanging around, and he's a good friend of mine, and I know he knows the people at Fletcher Jones Mercedes here. So I was like, you know what, Phil, let's just go buy a car. I'm tired of this. I'm mad. I got knocked out of this tournament. I'm ready to buy a car now. I'll buy one right now if you take me down there. So we hopped in his car. He drove me down, introduced me to his people there, and I bought a brand new SL500 Mercedes, which was an awesome car. I still love it and miss the car. And I said, I want this car now. I gave him cash and just drove it off the lot, and I was like, I'll take it. Wrote him a check. And then one day I was taking that car to Fletcher Jones to get a car wash because they wash the cars there, and they had a used Bentley Continental GT in black, the color I wanted, on their lot, which is weird because they're Mercedes and it's Bentley, and it doesn't really, you know, why would it be there? So I asked my salesman, like, hey, why is this Bentley here? And he's like, somebody traded it in, we have it for sale. And I was like, man, that's funny because that's always the car I've wanted. And I was like, you know what, if you can somehow set it up to where I don't have to give you any money down and I don't have to fill out any stupid paperwork and sit here for hours, I go, you have all my info. If I can come back and pick the car up tomorrow, I'll do it and I'll trade and I'll pay whatever, like my payments increase, or I'll have payments now because I pay the other car. I was like, I'll take payments, whatever it takes, but I don't want to sit here and I don't want to give any money. He said, really? Well, let's think about it. I said, just call me tomorrow, and if it's mine, it's mine. So the guy called me a few hours later. He goes, hey, we got the car. If you want it, bring your car up here in the keys, and we'll switch it out, and you can have it, and, you know, these will be your new monthly payments. And I was like, deal, I'll take it. Once it started to get a few miles on it, because it was used, it started to have a few problems. So I bought a brand new one 2 summers ago at the World Series. So this one's 2 years old. This is an 07, and it's about time to maybe get a 2010 or a 2011 because it's got about 17,000 miles on it. It still runs great, but with these cars, once the warranty is out on them, any kind of maintenance or service is super expensive, so it's just better to just have one where all that's covered and just to move into another one in case you have any problems, you don't get hit with a crazy bill.
Well, thanks David for showing us your gorgeous car, and best of luck in the main event.